With culture strong and popping left, and we gon' have a good time. Just keep it, gon' keep it, just keep it with the Sugar Coated Podcast.
Hey y'all, my name is Carl Jean-Baptiste.
I'm Victoria Joy.
I'm Greg Jean-Baptiste.
And we welcome you back to the
Sugar Coated Podcast.
So yeah, man, we welcome you back. Based on the last episode, we hope that you guys are still working on your goals. You're not giving up yet. Hopefully, on the New Year resolutions, you better still work and keep working. And I hope you're applying your SMART goals as well, like we picked up from the last episode. And if you're watching from this episode, feel free to check out the last episode. But yeah, man, we welcome you to this episode, man. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to dive into. But first, just to start off, right off the bat, is just the current events, man. A lot of the things that's happening, especially one of the things that's trending the most, is the wildfires. The wildfires in LA, and it's tough. It's getting tough out there, it seems. You guys are keeping up with any of that stuff?
I've seen a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen some guy with like a flamethrower starting fires.
Yeah, so there's that, that side of people starting fires. I haven't did much research to find out too much on the people starting fires, because I'm hearing people starting fires too, but also there's the actual wildfires from, so it's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, I guess they're not new to that, natural disaster, like they're not new to wildfires. I just hope there's some sort of plan in place that for future references, just were to ever happen again, what do they have in place to prevent this from happening?
Yeah, I mean, it's it's one of those things that happen a lot, especially in LA. But this time seems like it's really bad. It's really bad. Actually, we pulled up a little bit of research and some facts and numbers. I'd like to give out some numbers to y'all so you can relate to some stuff. So one of the articles state that there's at least 27 people have died in the fires, and another 31 remaining missing, and that officials said. And then some 12,000 homes, businesses, and other structures have been leveled or damaged in the blazes of the fire and things like that. And about 82,400 people were still under evacuation orders, while another 90,400 were under evacuation warning. So it's getting crazy out there. So I definitely want to, my heart goes out to the people that are losing their homes and that are going through it. You know what I mean? Of course, we hear both sides of people starting fires. Why? I don't get it. Why are they starting fires? And this time, and also the people that just
I really want to know why
let
somebody
it.
would do that.
I don't know. It's weird.
There's a lot of videos out there too. You can see the angles of the fire. So the city, you can see the one side of the city is red or orange, and then the other side you see the lights, and it's just damn, bro. It's there's definitely an impact. A lot of homes being destroyed. You can see just the whole house is gone. It's just the rubble.
If you were there in LA living and say you were at part of the town that was no fire, would you be leaving or packing up to leave, or you just wait it out and see
It's part of the evacuation. I think you have to leave because.
Well, I know people who are still there.
There's a lot of people that was this is a fire. It might not be too serious, so we should be good. You can see it from afar. We should be good. I saw a video of a black guy who's trying to, we'll be all right. And then once you realize, it's getting closer. We gotta go. They didn't get to pack anything.
I don't want to wait too late.
They didn't get to pack anything, and then once they were all right, maybe we should actually start leaving, and then they left everything. They didn't bring anything with them,
So that's the scary part. Of course, some people, they don't want to leave their home. Some people are going to be stubborn, but some people are trying to leave. They're just leaving their stuff and going. But the thing about this fire, because this was tricky, because I've never faced a wildfire, but I've seen some videos too where it's some of the, not even the fire, just the sprinkles, or just the little bits of fire just flowing over to the side of your neighbor's house or your house.
And then
It catches in a plant or something, and then boom, just like that. It's just crazy. It's just like it's a domino effect. You know what I mean? Like slowly, and if you're not watching out, it's just
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how most wildfires start anyway.
Yeah.
Like a little spark on a leaf, like a dead leaf, and then it spreads.
But it's just it's one thing like when it's in the forest, but it's not as like houses. You know, like that's crazy. Like it's tough. But yeah, definitely, you know, prayers goes out to people in LA. We hope that people are getting, you know, all okay and they get the help that they need. But I hate to say that too. It's like it shouldn't have to take when there's something to face where people come together. We should always still try to come together as people to help one another out. But for some reason, this winter is a crazy thing. That's what people do. You see like neighbors coming together, like jumping across the person's house, like trying to get the fire out. You know, they're helping each other out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which is good. You know, we're coming together, but it shouldn't take like a serious event for us to come together. You know what I mean? Well, but I'm glad that people are coming together.
I've actually seen some funny videos on TikTok about like the situation. Like, although this is definitely a serious situation, but like I've seen like, oh yeah, it's just Paris Hilton's second property. It doesn't matter. I'm like, damn, that is true. Like, could be some of these these millionaires, their second property that they're not too worried about, while other people's like, this is my.
Some of them, like I've heard, like Kim Kardashian has her own like private firefighters.
Oh yeah, those videos about that too. Like, should people be able to hire firefighters and pay them to come
I feel
save
like
their
they
house
should.
first? You think people should pay and hire firefighters to come save their
Yeah,
house
why
first?
not? If I have the money.
Well, there you go. Right there, that's the big question right there. If you have the money, what if like my house is going to fire? I don't got the money, and this person who's all the way across town got the money, and they calling all the firefighters to come.
But it's not all. I think they're like privately owned, maybe. I don't think it's like the.
Yeah, I don't think it should be like that.
But it is tough though, because I saw some videos where people are coming at the mayor. I saw an interview like they were asking the mayor, they were like, "Oh, how do you feel now that you cut the resources of the firefighters, and now they can't? You know, now if the mayor is like, oh, well, I don't know what's the case. I never followed up with that situation in terms of funding for firefighters. I don't think I ever heard anything about it. Like cutting the funds of firefighters is usually like the police. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, man, it's just one of those things that's currently, trending, and we're seeing a lot of stuff on it. As much as it's tough, we see the humor in it, of course, but also there's a side where we want people to find help and support. And there's a lot of sites out there where people are donating money. So if you're somebody that want to donate, definitely go ahead and donate money and helping them out with that too, you know. But yeah,
I seen like insurance companies cutting their policies for fires.
No, I seen a funny video of Jay from State Farm. Like they show the guys in the fire, like his house is like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And then Jay pops up and is like, oh no, I'm going. He's like, no, come back here, Jay. And he's like, you better cover my house. That was in the policy. He's like, oh okay. And you see Jake brooming the ashes. People are just finding humor and everything, man. It's crazy. It's funny. But it is tough though. Like to think about a natural, like something like that you have to face, because that kind of reminds me back to, I don't know how many of you been to like kind of experience a natural disaster, where we've been in like an earthquake. We experienced an earthquake, the 2010 earthquake, back in January 12th of 2010, which I wouldn't say it's the anniversary, but recently we were remembering that date recently, because it was January 12th recently, and it just brought a lot of memories. We had to talk about it, but it's a tough time. It was a tough time,
Sitting at a family breakfast one Sunday.
Oh yeah, we were having breakfast.
Going through the story.
We were having breakfast and kind of ran through the story a little bit real quick. Kind of like having a moment where we went back to how things were, how far we came going through that. And yet again, we always try to find the humor in things and what makes you, you know what I mean? It's part of our story. We've told that story so many times.
But I feel like it's a story that just can't be untold, Like we have a great story, and I feel like, I mean, you tell it better than I do, but like every time I hear it, I'm like, damn, we've come a long way.
We
Like,
do, man.
God has moved us from
Yeah.
where we were, and now we're doing bigger things.
Yeah, for sure.
We could have been somewhere else.
No, for sure. Yeah, it's a story. I mean, we told that story with everything. That
Are you
story
gonna
is
tell
fun.
the story?
For those of y'all
That story is part of it. Fine. I'll tell you.
that don't know,
Story was very good. None of us know the story. Like, can you tell?
You should
Me
know the
this-
story by now.
story
I'm
time,
just-
story
No,
time,
fine, man. Let's get into it. A little
story time.
So, January 12th, 2010, the earthquake that happened in Haiti, I believe it was a 7.0. Yeah, I mean, I was, 12, 11-ish. It was one of those days, man, coming back from school. My parents picked us up, my dad picked me up from school. Yeah, and, usually my dad picks us up from school, brings us home, and after school we have, dinner. It was probably around like 2-ish, 3-ish, when you're getting out of school. And we're just having food at home. We're having dinner. It was me, my brother, my mom, my uncle. My uncle comes all the time. He was my tutor at that time. He tutors me for everything. He's my mom's little brother. And we're, having dinner, we're relaxing, talking. And the craziest thing is like, I was supposed to go take a shower right after dinner before I go for my lesson. For some reason, something inside of me said, nah, I don't want to shower today. My mom was like, yeah, you should go shower. I'm like, no, I'll do my lessons first, then I'll shower. And yeah, so I went and I had my lessons with my tutor, which is my uncle, and my parents were outside. We had just moved to our new house. We're in the process of building the other side of it to keep expanding our house. Because in Haiti is a little bit different in terms of, moving into a house, building it. So we had a part of the house done, which is where we're staying, we're finishing it. So my parents were outside, my brother was younger, he was playing outside with my parents. And my parents were actually meeting with the guy that's supposed to be finishing the house. And I was inside with my uncle getting lessons.
Math.
Well, he does it all, but he's usually part of his math. Math is probably the main time.
This guy is a funny dude.
Yeah.
We spent time with him recently. This guy is.
Yeah, he's
Very
hilarious.
funny.
And till this day, he still talks about the story. Every time he calls me, the first thing he says is the line and the story of the earthquake. It's crazy. But yeah, so we're inside, he's teaching me and we're learning. For some reason, we had a dog named Spike. R.I.P. Spike, by the way. Spike was in the yard. In Haiti, we don't have pets inside the house, by the way. So we have pets outside. The pets, they stay outside. But we had Spike be running around the outside. But for some reason, you know how they say, like, animals usually feel something about to happen. Yeah. And it's like flashes. You know when you slow everything down, you sort of just like picking things up.
Details.
Yeah. As I'm doing my lesson, I'm sitting in my chair, looking at the board, my uncle's talking, and I see Spike just running around. And I'm like, you don't pay it mind, like, oh, okay. But I remember, like, every time I think about the story, I remember all these things. And I see him running around, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, whatever, I continue. And out of nowhere, we just heard this noise. Things are shaking, and inside the house, all these things are things inside are falling on the inside. But we don't know what it is because you can't really see, but you feel everything. So my uncle was like, what is going on? My uncle thought my dad drove the car in the house. I don't know how he was thinking that, but I was like, that don't make sense. Why would my dad do that? So I started getting worried because, I'm young still. So I just told him, hey man, I'm out. That's what he always says when he calls me. He's like, oh, remember the line you said? Yeah. So I'm like, I can't stay here anymore. So I just left him. I just ran outside. I started running. As I'm running, right, just a blink of an eye, our walls that separates our house to our neighbors. I just blinked. The wall was there for a minute, and the next, just when I opened my eyes again, that wall was gone. Like it just fell over. It could have fell on me, but it fell on the other side. So now that means I could see a clear vision of the whole other house and the other side of our house, which is crazy. And I'm running at the same time. I'm just running, looking for my parents. And as I come across, we had a big yard. As I come across, I see my dad carrying my brother in his right arm, and he's coming from where he was. And then I'm like, I don't know what else to do with it. I see my dad, I just run straight to him. I just run straight to him and just jump. Like catch me there. But obviously I wasn't this size that I am now. I was like 12. So my dad caught me too, and he's holding the both of us like this. And then he just ended up taking a knee in the middle of the yard. But as I was running too, when I finally got to my dad, I see my uncle follow me. So he was running too. He chased me. And I saw my mom coming from the back of the corner too, like by herself. So we were just all coming from different directions, and we all kind of meet at the center of the yard. And I still don't know what, because this is my first time experiencing what's like an earthquake. So we just laid down in the yard. I was laying on my stomach. You could feel the earth shaking because you're laying flat on the floor. I could feel it shaking, and we're making eye contact to each other, like because we're on the ground, and I could see the cars. Yeah, the cars.
Like,
yeah.
In my perspective, like,
Yeah.
for me, I was like, what, 4?
Yeah, like 4-ish. I think so, yeah.
And then, like, I see flashes. Like, I can't remember the whole story, but I just remember outside, it's like a lot of rocks, a lot of, like, our backyard is like mostly rock and everything.
Yeah.
And then that's what I remember. Bobby's holding us on his shoulder, and then we're on the ground. And I see a red little car,
Yeah.
and then it's just moving back and forth.
Yeah.
And that's one of my like flashes. You know how sometimes you don't remember a full story, but you remember like clips of it.
Yeah.
That's for me. That's how I felt. Like it's
Yeah.
like, damn, like I see this. Then the next moment is something like we're in a different area, and like something else is happening. So
But
it's a crazy experience.
It's a crazy experience, and I remember it all. I mean,
Do you feel like you
felt like I was
get like
crying.
PTSD from?
I would say till this day I still get like not like PTSD for a period of time. We still were experiencing.
Yeah, like that week.
Especially you were
I
younger.
was crying.
Like everything, like so. After all that happened, we ended up. I don't want to give too much of the story; take too long. But like he was traumatized. We were all traumatized with it, but he was traumatized because he was younger. Like a mosquito would bite him, and we would like hit it, and he cries because he's just traumatized. He experiences it. But also after the earthquake, what happens after an earthquake is aftershocks. So it would after all this happened, it stops, right? But every now and then you get a little bit like a smaller one, aftershocks. Yeah. So you think it's coming back, so you're like, you don't want to experience it again. So that triggered something. So for months, weeks after that, anytime we felt something, we thought it was that. Even once we moved here, I'm at school, I felt the table shake. I'm like,
I still do to this day.
yeah, I still do that too now.
Like, I'm in college now, right?
Yeah.
SNU, classes, and I feel something shake. I'm like, bro, does no one else feel that? Like, I'm looking at everybody else, no one else is making a reaction, so I'm like, all right, maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah.
But like, next thing you know, a train is passing by our school, I'm like, bro, okay, so I'm just wondering. But like, bro, like, no one feels that? Like, I'm looking around, like, nobody's making a reaction, so I'm like, all right, let me just relax.
He's like, oh.
I mean, it's like, you guys still think, it's one of those things like, yo, I'm ready to go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I went through this before, like, now that's how it feels now. It's like, what is this? Like, for example, I could be sitting on something where somebody, when people shake their legs, and you shake, there's something shaking, I'm like, what was that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm ready. Like, if I got a dip under the table,
a lot of people, they do this, and I'm like, like especially when you're sitting at the same table and it starts to shake the table,
like,
and I'd be looking around and I peep, like, I get so observant, I'm like, who's moving right now? Is it me? Is it just, is it actually an earthquake?
But there has been like a couple. Remember there was an earthquake that happened a long time ago here, but it was like small, something very small. Some people say, oh, they felt this.
I never felt it, but
I thought I felt it because
really?
literally I saw something. That's how it is now.
Yeah.
Like so, but that's part of it. Just gotta give you a little bit of experience of the that moment. So I'm guessing a lot of people that are experiencing this for the first time, like the fires, they're probably going through something the same. That's stuff like that would never change. You know what I mean? Like your whole house burnt down. You know what I mean?
I mean, for us, we were intense for
a while,
for a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks, almost months. Yeah, because first we slept outside for a while. We were scared to go back inside. You know what I mean?
Every little aftershock.
Yeah, you don't know what's coming back.
I remember the song that like we would sing every time there was like an aftershock, make me feel comfortable. Now that I actually sung it at church the other day, I was like, wow.
Really? You remember the song?
Yeah. Like, when I look back at you, I'm like, yo, the same day, like January 12th, like on Sunday, Pastor Joel was singing that song, and I looked back at you.
That's the song.
I thought you recognized it.
I didn't pick that up.
Mommy did. She looked at Poppy. She was like, I don't know if Papa was
Aw,
paying
that's
attention to
sweet.
it,
Wow, I
but
didn't
he
pick
sung,
that up.
he sung the song.
That's crazy. I didn't pick that shit.
For
But
all,
yeah,
for
but
all
to
you
give you,
Haitians out there.
yeah, to give
I
him
think I know the
background,
song.
which song you?
Please,
Oh, really?
yeah, that's the
yeah.
song. He sung it that day, on the same day,
That's
bro.
crazy, wow. But yeah, to give you context, basically, when we came in the middle of our yard, staying away from like the houses, everything don't fall on us, and we had a neighbor, which was my aunt and uncle and my cousin. They came across to stay with us, so we were in the center together and just praying and trying to get through this together. And we would sing and pray, and every time we felt something, we would start praying again, and so that was the song. Yeah, now I realize that.
I think that was like, Mommy keeps saying that was the song that made me feel comfortable or
Yeah, you
stop
knew that
crying.
song. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
just kept singing
Yeah,
it.
it was tough. Yeah, we stayed outside for a while. I remember my dad went back inside to get us covers and stuff. It's like one of those things like you're playing we're gonna go for it. Grab the stuff and come out, and he grabs some covers, some blankets for us to sit out there. We slept out there for a while until they started handing out tents and stuff. And we had an uncle that was living out here. He went on a mission trips to help people, like medical, and he came to help, and he came to visit us, gave us some tents. That was when we made the connection to New Hampshire, But yeah, man, that's the story, man.
It's
That's the
crazy.
story.
I mean, just thinking about like the videos, like if you go and Google the videos and see like some of the things that people are experiencing during the earthquake, like it's
not a joke.
like we didn't like. I can't even say that we went through it bad. Like we didn't have it bad because we
There's different phases
God
to
was
it.
covering
Right?
us.
There's
God
different
was,
phases.
yeah,
We-
God had just
we saw a part of it. That's just a part of it. Some people went through
Like
the
a whole
whole.
school.
Yeah, there's people, a whole school falling, and that's not even it too. That's just kind of like the pre to the aftermath. You know what I mean? Like for us, we stayed inside. They didn't even want to let us leave because you couldn't. Because as soon as you leave, it's just bodies out there,
yeah.
bodies, floor, and bodies that is not like they're picking it up the same day, bro. Those bodies spent days out there too.
Under
You know what I mean?
rubble,
Yeah. And people still stuck in their houses. But for us, we could hear it happen. Like when I was running,
screams.
when we laid down, I could hear screams. I could hear it's like, when I'm not gonna try to make it funny, but we find humor. When Superman like focuses the sound, you can hear from, like, that's how we could hear it. I could hear like a neighbor, like that we knew screaming like, ah, like for a child or something. Like it's tough. It's tough. So I can understand people going through tough disasters like that, you know what I mean? Even the fire is different, but that's the type of a disaster that somebody has to go through. Like I've seen videos of people posting about, this is my childhood thing, or this is my baby's car, this is my car, that's all their stuff burnt, ashes, So it's a different form. Yeah, it's the whole life gone, man. So I understand. So the people that are out there that experience those things, we understand, we feel you, we want to support you, and just know that when it gets dark, when you're going through these dark times, there's light at the end of that tunnel, you know what I mean?
Lean on God.
Yeah, just lean on God, have faith, trust, be resilient. And I know us, just as us, how they say is resilient. They go through a lot back to back, just when they come out of it. And I believe that a lot of other people too. In these times, you'll come out stronger. So just hang in there, you know what I mean?
I know a lot of Haitians recently are telling their story that they experienced that same earthquake that we experienced. So like hearing different stories that people are posting, like just recently, like people are actually posting like, it's the anniversary, and like, they're sharing their side of the story. And it's like, damn, we relate. Like there's sort of like a community thing that you don't see but you all experience it. Like, eventually, like I feel like there's gonna be an event one day where it's like you all come together, like all the people that experience this.
Well, yeah, it's definitely a tough experience going through these things, man. I mean, for us, it wasn't easy. I mean, just it's tough, but also that's what makes us. You know what I mean? It's like it's not something we just kind of like, it's traumatic, we don't talk about it, it becomes part of us. So that's what I think is gonna happen eventually to a lot of those people that are going through what they're going through now with the fires and things. So we definitely understand, we feel them, we feel y'all, you know what I mean? The things that you're going through and stuff like that, but yeah, man, if you, well, I know we've been, like part of the earthquake and we experienced that. Do you feel like you've experienced any like traumatic or like natural disasters that you've been to, like hurricanes or something like that?
The only thing that I've experienced was COVID.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
COVID was
but
bad,
it
right?
didn't like hit me like it hit other people where they had like family members who had passed from.
But yeah, but it was still scary.
Mhm.
COVID definitely is up there. COVID is definitely up there as one of those. I'm not gonna say it's a natural disaster, but it falls into the category of those things that like unexpected. Didn't think that it was gonna go the way it went. You know what I mean?
It's in the history books now.
Yeah.
10 years from now,
Oh, yeah.
kids are gonna be sitting in school talking about, oh, 2020, COVID happened, bro.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna be telling our kids about, our grandkids. You know what I mean?
Unks.
Yeah, because that's tough. COVID was a tough one because a lot of people passed away, a lot of people were in the hospital. Just when you think about just everything that's been affected ever since COVID now, you know what I mean? It's like
Things like changed.
yeah, the people that were working during COVID, the healthcare workers. COVID was rough.
Mhm.
The whole world shut down.
Yeah.
Come on.
To think about how it started too, is like, for me, I'm in high school,
Oh,
sophomore year, I think.
yeah.
We're middle of like class, and then we just hearing like news about some sort of disease that's gonna be coming soon, and
Yeah.
we're like, oh, we're gonna be out of school for a couple of weeks, like we're gonna be like on a quick vacation. Next thing you know, we didn't go back to school. It's
So
like,
you didn't go back to school, like you graduated?
no. For me, I went back to school, but like my sophomore year and like most of my junior year, it was mostly like at home. Yeah. And
Really? That's
like,
crazy.
this was March, and like we thought we were gonna be gone for like 2 weeks, and once we got sent home, like we never came back for that year. So like
That's tough.
for the rest of the year, we were
Did
done.
things change up when you did finally go back to school?
Yeah, I mean, we had to wear masks when I came back my junior year. I felt a lot. I missed a lot. Like basketball season was rough for me. Like I really that impacted me a lot because I really wish I had my those are like my
That was
years
supposed to be the year to expose yourself.
yeah, to like rock it with my basketball. But yeah, staying at home, they really couldn't go out. I had to practice in the little basement area that we had, like dribbling the ball around. Yeah.
No, COVID was tough, man. COVID definitely had its share of things that affects a lot of people, And I remember I was watching the documentary too, like, you still don't know, just how we just talked about different people sharing a different perspective of like the earthquake. COVID's the same, man. You still don't know all of the signs of how people experience the way. Like I was watching that experience in other states where people losing their parents, their families, just going to the hospital, not knowing whether they should or they shouldn't. Or trying to call to go to the hospital, you go there, but it gets worse going, you know what I mean? There was so much, it's so layered, man. It's with so much things that how it affected everybody. And it's tough, man. But yeah, I definitely understand because it affected you, it affected all of us. We were scared.
People couldn't graduate.
I feel bad for the seniors.
Seniors that couldn't graduate that year, like in person. People had to still go to work, like healthcare workers, like dealing with all the people in the hospitals, like.
Oh, yeah, for sure. COVID was a tough one, but we just like I was saying, we got through it. Look at us now. I mean, like now
No
it's
mask.
COVID, like it's a cold. It's just we're used to
Flu.
Like, yeah, but yeah, it was crazy. But we wise, like we went up, we went above it, and we came through. We came out. You know what I mean? But I mean to kind of go back to the natural disasters. Obviously, like if you were to have to choose which one you would face, a natural disaster, what would be your how some states, for us, like we're used to snowstorms, we'll take snowstorms, we're used to it. Some of the states, what they deal with is like tornadoes, that's their daily, you know what I mean? Which one would you rather face on a day-to-day, or not on a day-to-day, that's how we face it.
tough.
But like, let's just say like a tornado, a volcano, earthquake, or tsunami. What would you say you would rather face?
Cancel out the tsunami and the earthquake, because anything that deals with water, and I gotta like, I'm already learning, trying to master my treading water. I'm not gonna go through no tsunami, man. I can't do that.
Stuff.
I don't know.
Think you're gonna be floating above water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna float because I can just.
The car was boat, and the tree gun, you know? Yeah, tsunamis are crazy.
I'll just hold my breath under the water and then float when
There's
I
no
get
under
back.
the water. The water is going with you. It's moving.
Like it's moving, you're hitting the walls, you're hitting glass, like it's the.
Like I've seen like the movies with like a stop sign is whoosh. Like it's crazy.
There's no prepared for no tsunami, bro.
Yeah, that's rough.
Maybe an earthquake if I'm in a field.
I guess.
So then like I could just be in that field and nothing like fall. But are there like sinkholes and stuff? Like,
Earthquakes?
yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends. Like it could split. It depends where you are. Where.
I feel like that's
It's a
really
dark place.
scary. Like, cause I've seen like videos of like random sinkholes and then like people dying and like getting lost in them. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, the earthquake. It's not sinkholes for the earthquake. The sinkholes is a little different. But yeah, I mean, if it depends where you're, where it could split the earth, or also tsunamis work the same. Not work the same. An earthquake can trigger a tsunami based on where you live, based on the I forget how the whole
Where the tectonic plates
tectonic
are.
plates, based on the earthquake. But yeah, I guess. I mean, but for me now, I think I'm good. I got my earthquake checked off. I got panic strip.
Good.
I don't need it.
Really?
Nah, even tornadoes, like I can't see myself like trying to like survive through a tornado. Like I don't know how the people in the Midwest do it, but like me personally, I don't know if I could do that too. Trying to outdrive a tornado, you're like no road to go. You gotta
But don't you know ahead of time where you can like get out before like?
sometimes or
Yeah, sometimes. But you know, we are thankful that technology now. It's like there can be warning signs. They try to study when it comes, but I feel like if you get caught, you don't know. I mean, what if you've been in a situation where you didn't expect it coming, or it's one of those double or twins or whatever they call them? I don't know. It's scary. It is scary.
even hurricanes, bro. Like seeing these TikTok trends where people are standing out in the storm trying to like.
The Michael Jackson thing?
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Yeah, I ain't trying to do that.
But those people probably used to it by now. But,
Nah, they crazy, bro. I don't care if you're used to it, bro. You don't know what can happen, man.
but that reminds me of, because now you know how a lot of states are getting the unusual weather they're not used to, like Texas getting snow. They're not used to that.
Atlanta getting snow.
Yeah. It's funny to see the people who are trying to do like snow angels and like a little bit of snow compared to us when we get like a 5 foot of snow, 10 foot, 8, 9 foot. It's crazy, but it's interesting.
Shout out to these people from Atlanta making snowman. Yeah, giving them hairlines, putting like puffer on them, yeah, chain and everything.
It's funny to see that, you know, when you're not used to something and you see it for the first time, it's different compared to other people that face that thing all the time. You know?
Yeah, normal basis.
But anyway, we understand, we feel y'all, all the other people out there that are experiencing these changing or going through these tough times. We feel, we understand, and
Yeah, so I have off topic.
okay.
Off topic to lighten.
We change it up a little
mood,
bit.
yes.
All right.
Okay, so scenario. Okay, we've all been through this. I believe every person's been in this situation before.
What is it?
You're talking to someone, you're having a conversation, and then all of a sudden, a spit comes out their mouth and lands on your face, right? And you don't know what to do. It's awkward. We're just both sitting here awkwardly. I'm just no longer in the conversation anymore because now I'm just focused on the spit that's on my face. And I know that you know, and I know that you know I know, but nobody want to address it. So I just feel like we just need to come as a collective with a solution. right? Now, address the situation, right? Because if you don't say anything, or say I spat on your face and I don't say anything to release you from the shackles, the bondage that you're in right now, I gotta release you. I gotta say, oh, sorry, my bad. And then you can wipe your face. But if I don't say that, then now I'm sitting here.
Wait a second. Did this just happen? Like, why you?
No.
I was gonna say, did I just spit on somebody's face?
No, you didn't.
I was gonna say.
No.
But no, yeah, that definitely happened. That has happened to me. I'm like talking to somebody where we're deep in a conversation, and I'm into the conversation, and out of nowhere, it's like, pew! And just spit comes out their mouth and straight to my face, and I'm like sitting there like with a spit on my face. I don't know if it's growing or like at this point I'm not even focused anymore. I'm thinking like, damn, this guy just spit on my face. Is it close to my lips? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
You don't even hear their words anymore.
It's like, you have to be able, I feel like we should be able to like just say, like, oh, sorry, my bad. Because if we don't, then it's just like, now it's awkward.
but what if they didn't know that they spit on your face? Some people spit it.
Typically, when people like just keep on talking, that means they didn't know. Like,
No, I feel like sometimes they're trying to play it off, like, they get closer and like,
I think I've been that person.
they're like, dude,
I've been that person.
do they know it's not on their face?
I've been that person where I think.
Why aren't they wiping it?
I see one just fly. I'm talking about, oh damn. I didn't notice that. Like, yeah, so.
They can feel that, right?
some people make you look bad too. Like, it's just,
Or they try to like wipe they try to be like, oh, yes.
They wipe your face for you? That'd be the worst.
I would never go to that extreme.
No.
Like, oh, you got
Your own spit, like, oh, let me get that for you. Just sit back.
that was just embarrassing.
They put it back in their mouth.
No. That's worse. I mean, I guess. I mean, you can't, I guess. I mean, it's kind of weird for me to say it. Like, if you spat in my face, like, oh, did you just spit in my face? Like, midway to the person's conversation? That's kind of messed
But
up.
okay, so say they don't realize it's spat in your face. Like,
Yeah, you gotta figure it out.
like what do you do so that you can release yourself? Cause
Did you feel that?
is it raining?
Is there a leak?
Nah, I would just look away and turn around.
That'd be
for a
mad
second
dramatic,
and
like,
then,
oh.
like make a movement, like a small movement.
Yet again, it's like, it's still making them feel bad. Like, if they did notice that they spat, you'd be like, just making it like,
But you're making it mad obvious.
what do you want me to do? Like,
No, you gotta be smooth with
like,
it.
turn around? Like,
Yeah.
talking to
like,
your
so-
like, what is
Okay, let's
All
act
you
it out.
Nah.
Yeah, let's act it. Okay,
Oh,
so
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna spit.
Okay.
You gotta
I'm listening to you
calm
talk.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't play that one out because you literally act like what?
That's a little key.
Dang. I couldn't even play that one out. I would just be like,
Nah, there's so many awkward situations that people put you in. It's like, stop being awkward. Like, make it natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I think about like, oh, I'm listening to somebody and I didn't hear them.
yeah.
I gotta, oh yeah, and just play it off in a smooth way. So
I
that,
feel like you heard them, but
like,
you didn't.
acting like, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. What about the fake laugh? Like you,
I mastered that one.
you gotta master
Yeah,
fake
you
laugh.
gotta master your fake laugh. Like,
Yeah, sometimes you didn't hear it, or they think it's so funny, or you missed the joke. That reminds me of those videos where people do. They say a joke and the person fakes like they're like, oh, explain it.
nah, explain it. And then they're like,
No.
Wait, they tell you to explain
You
the
never
joke?
see those videos where like the person comes to a person, just says something random, like a random joke.
like it makes no sense.
It makes no sense at all. And that person just fakes laugh like, but then
Oh, they tell you to
they
explain
straight
it?
to your
Like,
face, like,
okay, now explain it.
Okay, now explain it.
What?
And then you're like,
And the person is not like, and some guy
oh,
will try to
because
force it.
you said, and then they're like,
No. Yeah, Yeah, those are funny. You should watch it. Check those out. Have you guys ever been in a forget the name situation? Like, you don't remember the person's name, or you don't know their first name, or you
At that point, don't say their name, bro. Don't call them out by their
You just
name.
never.
I just
say-
never say their name. I
You gotta-
never say their
You gotta
name.
wait till someone else says it. Like,
Nah, I try to play.
But it's weird because like I feel like I never even said your parents' name. Like I don't even call your parents something.
Do you know them?
I know your parents' name, but I just don't say their name. I just don't.
Yeah.
I just talk to them,
But
you know.
That's different though. That's a situation where as individuals you don't address them by the first. I don't think I've never addressed your parents by their first name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never
But
addressed.
do you like address somebody as anything, or you just talk to them, right?
yeah, they used to talk to him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I might have said
That's
part.
it.
Yeah.
But that makes it easier.
True. But no, yeah. It's the situation where people like you don't remember their name, or like you just I don't know. I try to come up with ways to try to make them say their name again. Like people. I've been people at the church. I never remember their name for a second.
For sure.
Like I've had plenty of conversation with them. Like, damn, I don't remember the rest of. How do you say?
I don't say their name, like I said, bro. Like, continue the
But that's-
conversation.
At
If
some
someone
point,
else says it, I'm like, oh, that's their name.
At some point, you gotta try to figure it out. I'll be chilling like, oh, what's your full name? I never asked your full name, bro. What-
Never
And
got
then
your
you're
last
like-
name. You want to say that? What does it sound like together? Nah, bro, that's way too obvious. Me, like, I'm just gonna play it off until like
Until somebody finally says it.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
why
you
don't we
ask
all?
privately,
Why don't we all say our
someone-
full name together all at once? Ready?
Everyone should go around in a circle and.
Go to someone else that you know that's comfortable. You're like,
Yeah.
yo, what's their name again? I forgot. Yeah, I'll never ask them.
That's what I
personally.
do. I just ask somebody else.
That's funny, but no, yeah, there's a lot of these weird awkward situations.
But would you get offended if someone forgets your name? Like I don't care. Like if someone forgot my name, I'll just be like, oh, it's Victoria. It's not that
It's
deep.
actually.
I mean, to be honest, it depends. I mean, if
You'll
I've been
get
knowing you
offended?
for like years, but like, bro, you don't know my name. I mean, you've been knowing each other.
There's a TikTok that I seen recently where it's like some guy asked a girl out and then they've been texting for a long time.
Yeah.
And once they actually finally got to the dinner date, and he was like, I don't know your name, by
Oh,
the way. Like,
yeah.
he tried to show her like what
His contact.
like her contact information. It was like hot girl from the club,
club,
or
yeah.
something like that.
I'm
And then she was like, this whole time we didn't remember it. She got
Wait,
offended.
he didn't ask her.
Apparently, he forgot it was too loud in the club that he couldn't get the name. So,
But they've been texting.
He
after
should have
that.
just been. I know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But the bad move that he did is showing her what you put.
Wait,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
crazy.
Why would you go
That's
to
why she got upset.
It's hot girl. From the side.
1, 2, 3.
He literally trying to make it seem like it was okay. Like, oh, you could have been ugly girl from the club, but you were.
You trying to play it out.
Bro, you don't do that, bro. Like, first of all, if you don't remember her name, like, ask it while you're texting them. But he waited till the dinner, like, weeks later to
Ask right in front of her. Yeah,
Yeah, that was-
But yeah, man, there's a lot of awkward situations like that. But all right, that was a good page turner to kind of get us away from the natural disasters. But let's jump right into our Reddit stories. What you got for us today?
Okay. Am I wrong for cutting off a 12-year friendship?
Damn, 12 years.
I, 32-year-old female, have been best friends with 32-year-old female. We will call her Lisa for almost 12 years. We were pregnant at the same time with our oldest children and did everything together. Our kids go to school together. We had game nights and celebrations almost every day, every holiday together for 12 years. Basically, if you saw me, Lisa was there also. I have always been there for her whenever she needed me. If she needed me to watch her kids, I was there. Her car broke down, I was there. She needed to vent about life, I was there. Recently, she took the steps to divorce her husband of 12 years, and it has been an ugly separation. She also decided to start a relationship with her now girlfriend a few months ago. I have voiced my opinion on the fact that she should close one door before opening another one. Only because she still is married and still lives in the same house with her husband and kids. Well, last month things came to a halt friendship-wise when she decided one day to just disappear with her girlfriend and not answering any calls or anything for almost 3 days. I got back-to-back calls from her children
and her sister asking if I knew where she was and if I could drive around looking for her, looking for where her girlfriend lives and see if she was there. After calling her and her girlfriend for hours and calling the hospitals with no luck, I left it alone. After 3 days, she finally reached out and said she had been sick and was sleeping and apologized for not responding. I just couldn't take that as a reasonable reason to not reach out and let somebody know that she was alive and okay for 3 days. She mentally isn't 100% and has voiced wanting to physically hurt herself or fake or act herself. And I told her that I need to take a step back from everything and focus on my mental health because dealing with everything she constantly unloads on me was starting to stress me out more than I could handle. She said okay and let me have some time for 3 days and then started calling me again. I still feel like I need to separate myself from her and her life and drama just to keep my sanity intact. Her drama in life is very intense with the divorce, girlfriend drama, 3 kids, 1 kid causing problems in school and 1 getting arrested. Also, not being financially able to afford anything and making poor financial decisions. It's just always something and I had to take a step back and focus on myself and my family. Am I wrong?
Damn. No wonder why she wanted to go away with them kids. Damn. But that's crazy. Like, so even her own kids were calling the friend to find out where their mom is.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
Terrible parenting.
that's really. I mean, if your kids don't know where you are, like, that's crazy.
Do you
Where's
think
the
she's
husband?
wrong?
I just be like,
I know,
where's the
honestly,
husband?
she didn't
What's the
talk much
husband
about
doing?
it. Was he even looking for her?
Was he looking for her? Like, what's going
They
on?
divorced enough.
Yeah, but she
What
just
about
left
trying
the
to
kids.
deal with the divorce? I don't know.
I mean,
But they live in the same house.
That means he's left with the kids, right?
Yeah.
but the kids are texting her to find
To
like,
find her, so I don't know.
why is daddy not going?
That's rough. I mean,
Dad should be looking for her.
it's a few different things. I mean, like sometimes it's like, wow, that's an interesting one. I mean, one is like when it comes to friendship, sometimes some friends like they expect like, oh, you gotta be answering or calling me, talking to me 24/7. Sometimes when it comes to life, when life is lifing, you can't be talking 24/7 to that friend. You can expect that. The way it was when you were maybe kids, like or high school or middle school, it might not be the same when you get to high school or to college or when you have a family. You know what I mean? So you might not be able to still be able to keep the friendship the way it would be. But also too, it's like I'm not mad at her for if she has to cut it off, cut it off. You know what I mean? Like she said that it starts to affect her a little bit, right? It starts to affect her family and stuff. So sometimes if it is, like, yeah, it is. I mean,
I feel like, because I had friendships that like, they just went ghost. And like, you're reaching out to them to see if they're okay and you don't hear anything.
yeah.
And I feel like every relationship, you should have communication in, whether that be a friendship or romantic. And so I feel like you should be able to at least communicate that you're safe, that you're okay. Somebody's literally stressing out, worried about you, not only the friend, but her own kids.
Right.
So you should be able to communicate like, okay, I need some time.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's true. I agree with that in terms of communication because if it's truly your friend, like, you gotta also know what you're putting your other friend in what situation you're putting him in. You know what I mean? Like, if you know that this is your friend you've come to, they check in on you, they're always checking on you, you gotta be able to at least give the decency to know that, yo, this is my friend, they're gonna be worried about me. I mean, first of all, I'm not even gonna get to the friend part. If your own family don't even know where you are, but like, I can expect you to even be better for your friend, you know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, yeah, I guess in that aspect, it's kind of weird.
I feel like for me, like I have some sort of feeling to always want to support or be there for somebody, especially when they're going through something rough or hard, and I'm like, I'm trying to get my advice, try to be there, support, whether it be on the phone or whatever. But if it comes to a point where like if you're not taking that advice, if you're not helping yourself, if you don't want to be helped, it's up to you to figure out the solution. So it's like I've been in many situations. I'm like, all right, I gotta let it go. Like this was that. Even though you care about this person, you want to go above and beyond, but it's like if they don't want to do it for themselves. It's like there's no point.
Well, you can't help someone that doesn't want to get help. It's like forcing a donkey to drink water that don't want to drink water. You know what I mean? Like, it's. I think I've been in a similar situation, and I mean, I think they call it the hero complex. I feel like I have that hero complex. I need the help. I have to help you. You know what I mean? Like to the point where it's affecting me from actually. When some people come to you, they just want to vent. They don't even actually need your help. You know what I mean? Like, or you're trying to drop advice and dropping advice. Yo, you should do this, do that, but they don't need that advice. You know what I mean? So you can't help someone that doesn't want to get help. You know, if they're not asking for it, you can't help them. You know what I mean? Or sometimes where it's been a situation where there's a friend I've experienced where I've had friends where they started disappearing slowly or going in a direction where they shouldn't. Unusual direction that's not the direction that they usually go on. And I'm over here trying to like, yo, this is not it, you know, trying to do this, trying to do that, or trying to help them, but nothing's changing. They don't want it. So I've had to be like, damn, why am I wasting the time trying to, the person doesn't want to get help. They want to be in this situation. Or either they have to see for themselves. Maybe you see them in a light where they don't see themselves, or so sometimes you just have to let it go. Like,
Step back.
Yeah. Especially if it's starting to affect mine. You know, if it's affecting my family, my kids, my relationship. Like it's not even my own problem, it's a friend's problem, and my friend's problem is starting to affect me. Nah, we're questioning the line, man.
Their family drama, their life drama, it's like, alright.
Like
That's all you like.
I'll be a good friend, I'm gonna support you. But if it gets to the point where, bro, your family problems is gonna start being mine. We're not even related like that. Like, come on.
We're not even blood.
Nah. So I guess I can understand her. It's definitely tough sometimes. 12-year friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that happens too. Sometimes I've had friends where I'm like, yo, my guy, yo, you're gonna be my kid's gonna call you uncle. We're gonna be best friends forever. We're gonna be having barbecues 24/7. You know what I mean? We're gonna be talking about it.
Grow together in school.
Yeah, our kids are gonna go to the same school, play sports together. I haven't seen some of these people in like years. Like some of these people I used to say that to, they disappeared. They're gone. You know what I mean? Like it's not what I thought it was gonna be. You know what I mean?
Have a friendship where you're going to each other's houses, you're spending that time, you guys go to the same school, same bus stop, same bus rides, and then next thing you know, gone.
They come over your house,
Don't
you
know.
go over theirs. Yeah.
Don't know if they live in the same state, live in the same
Yeah,
country, if they're alive, like come
And
on.
then they don't say nothing. And it's not you. It just happened the way it happens sometimes. And you gotta be ready to, it's okay. You gotta be able to outgrow some people, cut people off.
Definitely outgrow for real, because there's times where you just realize, damn, like I'm doing too much.
Yeah.
I'm going out of my way for no reason. Like step back.
I feel like that helps in future friendships too. It's like you start to realize where you need to just be like, okay, I'm just gonna be a listener. You know, like I know where my place is, and I'm just gonna. Now I feel like I'm at a spot where I just feel like I listen a lot, and I just give my advice if they take it or not.
Yeah. Sometimes that's
I'm
how
trying to be a therapist every now and then.
be a better listener than giving advice. I mean, but that kind of brings me back to the whole. Some friends are just in your life for a season, or some people are in your life for a season, not forever. You know what I mean? So you gotta be able to It's okay to outgrow some people. You see yourself outgrowing, you see yourself changing. You can't be around those people. You're not connecting with them. It's okay. You're growing. You're changing. It's either you're going in a positive or a negative direction.
So that means that, in conclusion, it's okay for her to separate herself from this friend.
Yeah.
So I guess some success come from you outgrow somebody. Like you hang around. There's like a statistic about it too. It's like who your closest friends are is who you are, right? So like
tell me, give me 5 of your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Something like that.
Yeah. So it's like if they're not like doing something positive in your life or helping you in a positive light, then you shouldn't really have them as friends. You know?
Yeah. So I would say in conclusion, it's okay if you had to cut it off. I mean, if it's starting to affect you, don't let it. Don't protect your peace, man. I mean, okay, you can also leave kind of like that door, like, hey, if they ever want to come back in a direction where they come at you to reach out to you again, that's fine. But maybe, hey, maybe soon, maybe I really outgrow you. Like we don't connect the way we used to connect anymore.
Yeah, I'm not a person to be like, oh, I'm gonna cut you off. Like I don't think I've ever said that.
Yeah.
Like it comes to a point where like, if we're not as close anymore, it's okay.
Yeah.
Move on, and there's always a door open. Like I'm always like open arms, like always cool with me. Like I don't hold no grudges or anything like that. So
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that was a good one. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people face that stuff. You know what I mean? But
It's
yeah.
not just y'all. It's not just you alone facing these situations in your friendships, y'all.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a good one. Let's actually get straight into the quote. I think that might connect to our quote for the day. Our quote for the day is, which I think will connect with a lot of the stuff we talked about today. It's learn from yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow, by Albert Einstein. But yeah, I think it definitely connects because learning from yesterday, learning from your past is so important. Just like we talk about our story, you know, with the things that we went through, the natural disaster, the earthquake. That's part of us now. It's not something that we try to avoid or try to hide. It's part of us. That's our story. That's what molded us to make us today. You know, we shared that story so many times. We've used that, you know, with applications, college applications, stories. We talk. That's us. That's part of us now. So definitely learn from your past, man. Don't run away from it. Learn from it so that you can move forward. Don't try to avoid it.
makes us who we are today. I feel like if we didn't experience that situation, like we wouldn't be as grateful and as like appreciative of what we have today. You know, where we are in our lives. We've come so far. We could have been in a terrible situation, but thank God we're here. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's what I always say. That is one of the reasons why I get up every day. You know what I mean? It's thinking about us going through that situation where a lot of other people went through that situation. We're not better than them. Why makes us so special that we came out of this way, and some of the people haven't got that chance. So that pushes me to wake up every day and uses my opportunities, uses my time wisely. You know what I mean? So it's important that you learn from your past, but also, just like it says, live for today. That's also key. You know what I mean? It's important to just be utilizing your day, the people around you that you see day to day, your family, your friends, you know, loving them and growing, utilizing what you have now. Don't waste it. You know,
present is a gift.
Yes, sir. That's why they call it a present. And also hope for tomorrow. You know, you wanna hope for tomorrow. Hope for a better thing you have now, or for your peoples, your kids, and then just dream big. You know, make goals, make plans. You know. That's all part of hoping for tomorrow.
A lot of young people just going with the flow nowadays. It's like, stop. Like, think of something big for yourself. You know, like if you want a future for yourself, like dream big, have a vision. Where you want to go out there and achieve it. You know, like each day plan it out. Don't just go day by day. Oh, I'll wake up, go to work, go to school, go to whatever, just because I have to.
No.
Go out there and act as if today's the last day. You know?
Yeah. Do it with purpose. You know what I mean? Do it with purpose. Do what you do with purpose. But yeah, man, I think it's been a great conversation. There's a lot of gems in there, a lot of sugar, a lot of sweets.
Make sure you put your stories, if you have any stories like they had from their earthquake situation. If you have any situations like that, put it in the comments. We would love to read them.
Yeah, definitely share your stories, man. The stories make you. Let us get to know you. If you're comfortable, share some of your stories, things you've been through, some natural disasters you experienced, or things you've heard, whether that's on IG. I can't say TikTok. TikTok is banned now.
We just got see the band like before we started recording, so
Yeah, we just see the ban.
said learn more or close that. Like,
It's crazy, man. But yeah, I'm sure we'll talk more about that. But yeah, but there's more. We have more social medias. We have IG, YouTube. You can always share it there. DM us, and hopefully we'll see the new TikTok, whatever's gonna become the new thing.
We'll try to stay up to date and post on there, whatever the new app is.
Yeah. But yeah, man. But we appreciate y'all. Those of you out there that are still going through these tough times, the wildfires, we feel you, we understand you, we're praying for you. Hang in there. there'll be better days for sure. But yeah, man, we'll see you guys next time on the next episode. Good night. Peace.
Talk about it tonight. With culture shock and popping left, and we gon' have a good time. Just keep it, gon' keep it, just keep it.
Oh my god.
That's a wrap.
Hey.
Let's clean up.